Okay, so thank you for the very nice film. Maybe as a first question, maybe you can tell us a little about who you are and how you get to this project. I mean, it's pretty much on the other side of the world. And how do you find a place like that? How did you approach getting to this project?
So I'm formed as a filmmaker and Rob more as a researcher. And Rob was doing research around the monument of Leopold II in Brussels that's still in public space. And he was doing research with his students. He was doing observations there and actions that were at the square. And then I was helping with this project, and we got to know that the exact replica of this monument was in Kinshasa, but there in a museum and not in public space anymore. After independence, the first president took all the colonial monuments out of public space, and we were interested in these different ways of contextualize the monuments. And so then we went to Kinshasa to do this film together, and there we met a performing artist that addressed the colonial in their artistic work, and the representations were a lot more layered and active than these static monuments. So then the theme of the movie shifted a bit from this static representation to this active representation of the performing artist. And in the film you can see the two, like there is archival material of the statue being moved and the performing artist doing their work in the street of Kinshasa.
Okay, because it's a festival for filmmakers, and maybe you can share some stuff where you had like difficulties or stuff you learned on the way, where like right now you're after the project, so what did you take in your further projects, an experience, what will help you on your way?
I think we had the chance to show the film in a number of places, in an artistic and in the film context, but also in a more social and activist context. And we always try to organize conversations around the film, and I think we learned a lot from these conversations and like different problems that people were pointing out, like I have problems with this and I have problems with this, and I think in our artistic practice it's really trying to like uncover these like blind spots and try to identify problems and look for ways to relate to these problems. And one thing, for example, that is really at the core of our practice now are questions about what is our position as filmmakers and how do you collaborate with people who grew up on the other side of colonial history, and how can like a more balanced way of working together, how could that be established? So yeah, there's a lot of, I think our practice is really driven by conversations we have around the work that we are producing.
So now, after showing this film, making this film, we learned a lot, and we're working on a new film now, and we make it together with two Congolese filmmakers, and everything from the beginning of really the concept, the idea, the first idea is made together, and the filming is really together, and now we're in the process of editing together, but we always look for a way to work together, to do everything in dialogue. We're really four directors, but there is a lot of difficulties, and we constantly have difficulties and trying to looking for a way to work together. So
problems going from like practical things, like we can just not be in the same space when we're editing, but also having different frames of reference, having a different audience in mind when you make a film. So it's the problems we are encountering are on different dimensions.
You talked about it's a lot about conversation, and you said earlier that you showed the film in Kinshasa. Do you get different reactions to the movie here or in Kinshasa, or do you feel that the reception is the same? Or
not a clear answer, but a vague answer, yes. I'd say also when we show it in Belgium or in neighboring countries, it really depends on the context in which we're showing. So it's not only just like geographically where you are, but also how is it framed, what program is it part? We have very different conversations when we show it at a film festival and when we show it at a more activist event which is around questions of coloniality, for example. So we would have really different topics emerging, different problems that are pointed out, different questions emerge in different contexts, and of course we have a different conversation in Brussels and Kinshasa, but we also have a different conversation when we show it at a film festival as when we show it on this.
In the university, or there was also Congolese festival in Brussels. It's always different. And in Kinshasa it was also special because a lot of the performers were in the public, so people were reacting on the persons they knew in the film, and there were also artists that were surprised to see a colleague artist in a context of this film. Like for example, it's just like a small editing of Bijo Wiyombo. It's an artist who has like a big marionette with the Congolese flag and the Belgian flag, and we edit in the film. We edit them like they're dancing together, like the two puppets. But for him and for his colleagues, they know the two puppets, but they saw that there really happened something in edited and were surprised by it. So now also when we are filming with the performing artists, they know that we do something in editing with it, and they also want to give us space to really do our artistic work. And maybe before they more saw it as documenting the performances, but now they see the film and they see that we also do something with the material, and then they respect it and they are curious about it, and so it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a really great project. The film is great, and we are looking forward to what's coming next. And thank you for the interview.
No problem. Thank you.